Guys, the sequel just detonated. We've got the real tea on K-pop Demon Hunters 2. And yes, this one's heavy. Netflix insiders have confirmed a brand new Huntrix is stepping into the sequel. Not rumor, not fan fiction. Confirmed. And we didn't just get whispers. We've got her name. And here's the part that's actually insane. You've already seen her. In the first movie. Yeah, let that sit for a second. While everyone was obsessing over Rumi's arc, the film was quietly setting up someone else. And almost no one caught it. But before we drop her name and blow this wide open, we need to rewind. Because if you don't fully understand what really happened with Rumi's family, you're going to miss why this reveal hits so hard. So here's where it gets dangerous. Leaked original storyboards from the first movie show something they never told us on screen. Rumi's mom didn't have one baby. She had two. Yeah, two. Which means this entire time, Rumi hasn't just been hiding a demon side, she's had a twin. And the sketch is wild. You see Rumi's mom, her demon dad, baby Rumi. And right next to her, another baby. Same bloodline. But look at the eyes. They're not human, they're demon. That entire backstory was cut from the final film. Not because it didn't matter, because it was too big. And here's the exclusive part. A Netflix source tells us this twin storyline wasn't scrapped. It was delayed. For the sequel. Now, we're going to connect this twin directly to the brand new Huntrix in a second. And if you're already putting the pieces together, you're ahead. But first, we need to clear something up. Because half the fandom thinks the twin is a guy. And honestly, at first glance, it makes sense. The storyboard composition splits the image. Boys on one side, girls on the other. And there's even an early character designer sketch floating around with Rumi, Mira, Zoe, and one random dude. Even we thought, wait, is that him? But our Netflix insider shut that down immediately. Rumi's twin isn't a brother, she's a sister. And here's the part that actually made us freeze. We've already met her. In the first movie. Not in a reveal shot, not in a dramatic entrance, just there. Hiding in plain sight. Demon eyes covered with contacts. Dressed like she was never meant to stand out. And nobody questioned it. Now here's where it gets unsettling. Our Netflix source didn't just confirm the twin exists. He confirmed something worse. You've already seen her, on screen. And no, he won't say who. The first movie isn't stable. It's layered, which means every scene you thought was emotional might have been strategic. So before we say her name, and we are, there's a clue you need to rewatch immediately. Idol Awards, that stage scene. When Rumi freezes, when Zoe and Mira aren't Zoe and Mira. They're Saja boys, shape-shifting, wearing their faces. Let that sink in. Because that moment wasn't just a twist, it was a rule. Demons can disguise themselves, as anyone. Which means from that moment on, every close-up stops feeling safe. Now go back to the storyboard. Rumi's twin? Confirmed demon. So ask yourself something uncomfortable. What if we weren't supposed to look for another girl in the crowd? What if we were supposed to question Rumi herself, not lookalikes? Imposters. Moments where she feels off. Where the rhythm changes. Where the confidence cracks. Like that scene with Rumi arguing nonstop, sharp, guarded, defensive, and then suddenly, I am a mistake. Have been since the moment I was born. Pause. Does that even sound like her? It's softer, heavier, almost defeated. That shift isn't random. That's not Rumi losing confidence. That's someone else wearing her voice. And once you watch that scene thinking it's not Rumi, her voice doesn't sound like confidence breaking. It sounds like someone rehearsing guilt. The whole scene feels different. Go back. Watch it. Because once you start spotting those glitches, you can't unsee them. Now here's the part you've been waiting for. What does all of this have to do with the new Huntrix? Everything. Because the twin, she's not just connected to the fourth member, she is the fourth member. And yes, that's been confirmed, and just when you think it can't get bigger. One of the movie's original songwriters quietly leaked something. Work-in-progress lyrics. For a brand new sequel track called Platinum. And the lines? They're not subtle. A twin flame waking. A shadow joining the flame. 3 hearts rising, but a whisper says a fourth is coming in. That's not poetic filler. That's a blueprint. 3 rising, 1 missing. A twin stepping out of the shadow. That's not random. That's Rumi's long-lost twin taking her place. As the fourth Huntrix, now here's where it gets even better. Her name, you've already heard it. Not spoken, sung, buried in the first movie's lyrics, and yeah, you could comb through every track frame by frame. But we're not making you wait. Her name is Ren. Let that land. Ren. Short for Ha-Ren, a Sino-Korean name that translates to clear sky. And that meaning is not accidental. Because if you've been paying attention to the Huntrix structure, you already know this lineup was never random. It mirrors the four guardians of East Asian mythology: White Tiger of the West, Azure Dragon of the East, Black Tortoise of the North, Vermilion Bird of the South, Rumi's Arc, White Tiger Energy, Zoe's Blade Stance, Azure Dragon, Mira's Armor, Weight, Grounded Power, Black Tortoise, which leaves one, the Sky, the Firebird, the Phoenix. And what rises into the sky? What burns and returns? Ren, Clear Sky, Air, the missing guardian. And suddenly the lineup isn't 3, it was always 4. But here's where it gets even cooler, and the symbolism doesn't stop there. The creators have already confirmed something most people missed. Each Huntrix member isn't just a fighter, she's an element. Rumi, fire, which makes sense, half-demon, granddaughter of Gima, always burning too bright. Zoe, water, fluid, adaptive, every movement flowing like a current. Mira, earth, heavy armor, grounded stance, the one who absorbs the impact. That leaves one element untouched: air, sky, the invisible force you don't notice until it moves everything. And once again, it circles back to Heron, clear sky, wind, the missing piece. This wasn't an accident. Huntrix was never meant to be 3, it was always 4, which means Huntrix was never incomplete, it was concealed. Now here's where it gets personal. Because our Netflix insider didn't just confirm Ren's identity, he confirmed who she is. Ren isn't loud like Rumi. She doesn't chase the spotlight. She doesn't dominate the stage. She watches, listens, carries everything quietly. And think back to that line: I am a mistake. I have been since the moment I was born. That wasn't just vulnerability, that was confession. Ren doesn't want to shine. She feels like she was never meant to exist. But here's the twist. Under that softness, same fire. Same loss, same unanswered questions. They're mirrors, cracked differently. Now let's talk combat. Because leaked sequel storyboards show something incredible. Ren doesn't fight like Rumi. She doesn't strike like Zoe. She doesn't anchor like Mira. She moves like wind, fast, light, unpredictable. And yes, she carries a sword of fire, a direct echo of her demon bloodline: air and fire, sky and flame. Which brings us to the moment everyone's waiting for: the reunion. Good. Our insider just dropped the biggest detail of all. Rumi doesn't meet Ren as a sister. She meets her as an enemy. Ren is undercover, in disguise, fighting against Huntress. And no one, not even Rumi, knows who she really is until the mask comes off. And they're face to face. For the first time since birth. Think about that. Your greatest enemy turns out to be your twin. And the scariest part? Rumi might have already fought her and never known. And just like that, everything shatters. Now, obviously, the full plot is locked tighter than Gima's throne room. It's evolving, changing. But here's what we do know. Leaked sequel storyboards show Ren fighting beside Huntress, not against them, which means the sisters do reconcile. Eventually. But before that, it gets messy. And speaking of messy, you better watch out, Gima, because now it's personal. And yes, and before you ask, Gima is their grandfather. If that just rewired your brain, you need to click the video on screen right now. Because the truth about Ren and Rumi's family, it's darker than anything you've heard. Their parents, not dead, not gone, not how the first movie made you believe. And trust us, that revelation alone changes the entire sequel. We've got the inside intel, straight from Netflix. It might even be one of the creators. That's all we're saying. We're not trying to get banned. So lock in, sub up, and go watch that breakdown. Because once K-Pop Demon Hunters 2 drops, you're going to wish you knew this first. Until next time.